Good morning. It's Saturday morning. It's about 7:30 and the sun is coming up. And we are doing grapes this morning. I thought I'd take you along with the process and show you how I process and make homemade grape juice. So I start out by dumping all the grapes. Well, some of them. I've got 3 5-gallon buckets, and I start by rinsing them in the sink because we've got, bugs and dirt and debris. And then I'm going to take them off the stem, drain them in the colander here, and plop them in a bowl. So that's the first step. Now hold it still. Okay? Like that. Very good. I keep forgetting to show how to strain this thing. So what we're going to do is I'll give you a peep at the grapes on the inside. They are nice and steamy and cooking down. And then the way we strain it is I'm actually going to release this and put this down here in my pan, and all that juice is going to flow down. So that's what we're going to do here. All right, I got a kiddo helping me because I can't do this one-handed. It's just not safe. So we're going to put that there. And let that juice just strain right into the pan. There it goes. Look at that grape juice. Woo! Hot and steamy.
Yes, definitely hot and steaming.
Hold it still. Hold it still, buddy. Good job.
And yes, that's the grape juice. And my mom is making more of it right there, you can see.
Yep. You got almost all the juice out.
Up.
Hold it back a little bit. I don't want the phone to fall.
Yeah, Mommy said that. Yeah.
All right. Put this back up so it doesn't keep leaking.
And if it's all right, I'm going to pause it.
Here we go. So I've drained off the juice, and I have enough juice in there to fill up these 7 jars. So I'm going to work on filling up these. They've been cleaned and washed. We don't have to actually heat them up. They're room temperature. This is not boiling hot. And I do have a pan of water over here, but it's also not boiling. It's just kind of getting ready to steam here. So the jars are clean. The rims have been cleaned very, very well with soap and water. And now we're going to get ready to fill up our jars. You're supposed to fill them up into a 1/4 inch headspace, and I'm actually going to fill them a little less and let some of that foam kind of dissipate there. So we'll keep filling these up until they're all done. So now that all of my jars are full, I have 7 jars here, which is 1 canner load. I'm going to work on just skimming this foam off. And I'm just kind of throwing it in my sink over here, because these are just air bubbles, and we want as many of the air bubbles out of our product as we can possibly have. So I'm going to work on skimming off all of these air bubbles that don't need to be in there. Now I'm going to continue to top off my jars, because as you can see, there's quite a bit of headspace in there. There's probably a good, three-quarters of an inch to an inch of space there. So I'm going to take a little bit of the juice that's left over and simply top off all of these jars until we reach a 1/4 inch headspace. All right, I have now topped everything off to a 1/4 inch headspace, and you can see there's a considerable less headspace there than what there was. Now we're going to take a clean rag, and we're going to very carefully wipe these rims and make sure that there's nothing sticky on them at all. Grape juice is very sticky. So we're making sure that these rims are very clean so that we can put a brand new lid on them, and hopefully we get a really good seal. If there's anything sticky in between the lid and the jar, it can cause your seal to fail. So we are making sure it is very, very, very clean. All right, those are all clean. Now we're going to take brand new lids, not reusable, brand new lids, and simply place them on all of our jars. Now that all the lids are on, we're going to simply put these rings on until they're finger tight. Something like that.
Mom?
Ooh, these jars are hot 'cause it's got the new juice in it. All right, I'm gonna have to use 2 hands to do that. But once we have these on, we're gonna put these directly into the canner. This is the canner, and I've got it up and going. I'm simply going to take my jar lifter and put 7 jars into the canner. I do have a rack in here because you never want to put jars directly in contact with the bottom of your pan. So we're going to finish loading all 7 jars into the canner.
Mom?
All 7 jars are in the canner. I have got adequate water over the top of them. And now we're going to crank that up to probably right about there, about medium, high. And we're going to plop the lid on and wait for that to come to a boil. All right, the timer just went off for this canner. So we're going to turn off the heat. And we're going to grab a pot holder because this lid is very hot. We're going to remove the lid. Woo, steamy. We're going to remove the lid and let it sit for about 5 minutes. All right, these jars have been sitting in here kind of cooling down a little bit for 5 minutes. So we're going to transfer them to a towel on the counter, which is just going to help kind of help with the shock from going from a boiling hot pan to a cooler surface. So it's going to kind of cushion them and help to insulate them just a little bit. I'm going to pull them straight out of the canner. Just like that. Whoop, lids are popping. Fun stuff. Yep. My kids like it when the lids pop. All right. Lots of lids popping. Yay. Okay. All right, we're going to continue that process until they're all out. They are all out of the canner. So I did 7 earlier, and these 2 jars came out of this batch, and the rest of these. So we have a total of 14 jars of beautiful concentrated grape juice, and we will enjoy these very much over the winter.